Your legacy is not just what you accomplish in your life, it is about what you inspire others to accomplish in yours. Now, this quote by Alan King gives me a lot to think about, and that's why today we'll be talking about legacy conscious choices. You see, every choice you make stems from thoughts that you had to think about first, that you had to consider, sift through, and before you ultimately decide to go with the choice that you're making. So, as legacy conscious parents, I'm thinking really, would it not make sense over time to make choices from the filter of legacy? How would this thing I'm about to do right now affect or impact my children or their children? You see, there are times when we do certain things and we do not understand the long-term effect or consequences of those actions. For instance, let's use infidelity as a case study. In the spur of the moment, it makes sense to you, right? Whether you are the father or the mother, the wife or the husband, so to speak. Of course, I don't believe that infidelity just happens. There are things that would lead up onto the moment when, oh, it happens the first time you've eaten the apple, right? And you go back and you go back and it comes. A habit, a choice you are consciously now making, irrespective of the consequences of the actions. Now, have you for once stopped yourself to think about what the effects, the ramifications of the effects this will have on your family? If you indeed are unfaithful to your spouse and they know it, you've had the conversation with them and they are condoning it, they are partnering in that sin with you. I don't know how those dynamics work for you, but well, at least you are aware, whether as the wife or the husband, whoever it is in this case, that is the unfaithful partner. However, if your partner does not know, you're constantly doing it, how does it make you feel? How does it make you feel going back to them every single time and lying to their faces that you are the love of my life, I love you more than anything else, that you are the only one, making them live in the foolery under the illusion that they are actually top on your list? How does it make you feel knowing that your life with her is a lived lie because you made a vow, a covenant, and that you'll be with her, you'll be faithful to her, right? And you break that every single time you step out of your marriage bond. And then you come to her and or him and you lie to them to their faces. How does it make you feel? Now, let's extend that to your children, correct? Now gotten to a point, you have raised your kids, they've watched it, you think they are not seeing you. You'll be amazed how much they are absorbing, how much they are sucking in just from watching you live your life. Now they no longer just live by what you say, do as I say and not what I do. They live by, of course, observation, and then they imitate you. Guess what? Many years down the line, the son is now married and he has borrowed a leaf from your playbook. And because they don't marry now, they don't turn guy man, but guy man don't enter outside. One day his wife or her husband goes there and say, Dad, guess what? I just got my husband step or my wife stepping out. How would you feel? Do you have the moral compass, the moral right to stand and say, this thing my son has done is wrong? You see, you would lie to her or him, lie to them and probably concord things or put things together to make them feel like they're chasing a ghost or whatever it is. They justify the actions. And of course, men cheat. They lie. The lie that the devil has sold and a lot of people have bought. It's a man's world. You know, a man can be unfaithful. There are many more women in the world that there are men. A man can be unfaithful and can get away with it, and the woman has to be. Seriously, you forget that you're an ambassador on earth, that you came here on an assignment. Let your kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So, where in heaven is it the will of God that you cheat on your spouse? Where in heaven is it the will of God that you now sow that seed in your lineage? You see, some people, after they've passed, they come to burials and come to bury their parents and children come from far and wide and they say, ah, now your mama born this one, your papa born this one. And the children go like, oh, this is the kind of father that was raising us. What do you think would be their memory of you? Like, how would you think they will see you, take you there and then, looking at you in the casket or on the table right there? How do your choices right now affect the future? How do your choices right now? See, infidelity is just one part, right? Lying is another thing. Fine lies, white lies, right? Hello, where you did now? I dare road, I did come. You have not even showered yet. Oh, daddy said he's on the way and he has not even showered yet, meaning I can lie too. And then when your children start lying to you, you're wondering where it's coming from. Daddy, you taught them now. You did. You did, but it's just that small lie and it was inconsequential. There's no such thing as small or big lie, small or big sin. Sin na sin. But the wages of sin is death. Death in this case may not be death to self. Maybe the death to you and your conscience, death to your relationship with the Holy Spirit, death to your reputation, to your integrity in front of your children. You where they lie last week on the choir with me say I lied today, guy. They now. If you could look in the mirror right now, act out and see the way we as parents are living, are we sure that if our children live it like that, we'll be proud to say, yes, well done, child, you are doing well? I know the excuse may be that we're not perfect, agreed. But Christ came too to this world in his imperfection and it was not tainted by sin. Yeah, God's grace abounds, but must we continue to sin because grace abounds? Let's talk about the way we sometimes would treat who treats our domestic staff. That this person has come to your home in this season of their lives does not make them any less human than you or your children. We treat them like they are nothing, they come from nothingness, and they are meant to be slaves. Your children are seeing that. Our kids are watching. And what we're telling them is that it's okay to treat certain people like um, in George Orwell's Animal Farm, all fingers are equal, but some are more equal than others. We treat them with a certain disdain, resentment, dishonor, and you forget about the law of divine oneness. You forget that that person is God's spitting image and likeness. Yeah, I'm angry. The person, can you not use your sense? Can you not? Children are saying it. Children are saying it. And they're definitely absorbing it. Someday soon, you'll talk to someone like that. Do you know who my father is? Are you talking to me like that? Do you know who my mother is? What happened to humility? What happened to treating all the people as special and as important? Legacy conscious choices. What choice are you making right now that would have ripple effect on your future and the future of your entire lineage? The choices your parents made led you up until this moment. The ones you're making right now would have ripple effects on at least 3 or 4, 5 generations after you. Are your actions inspiring your children to be better? Are you staying small? Are you playing safe? Are you allowing fear to rule you to the point that you don't dare to do things? Children are saying it. If my father could, then I too can. If my mother could, then I too can. Will they be their story? Should you pass today, what will be your eulogy? What legacy conscious choices are you making every day? So how about the next time you are faced with an altercation? You have every right to talk this person down, probably because they work for you, or you are above them, or you are higher in rank. How about you take that power and use it instead to build them up? You can discipline without dehumanizing, without defaming someone, without making them feel like they are the gutters and gutters of life. I'm not saying it from a moral perspective that, okay, I'm perfect. Remember, I'm both a map maker and a traveler on this journey. And one thing that helps me is in the heat of the moment, in the spur of the moment, when I am angry, I walk away. I actually do that because my father, I grew up seeing him pick up his car keys and walk away because of more. If he didn't talk that time, things be spoiled. So I told myself if he did that, then it meant that, of course, it's something that worked. I saw it work, so I'm like, I'll borrow it from that. It takes a lot of courage to walk away because more. You just say to slap back or clap back no easy. I say, see, I have a wonderful use of the English language. My repertoire of words is amazing. Guess what? Waiting to talk not be my problem. I to the answer it not be the problem, but I try to look at the long term consequence of what I'm going to say right now. And I understand that words are like spilled milk. Once it's gone, milk spilled on sand. Once it's gone, it's going. No please scoop and back now. You cannot take back what you have said. So in that moment, I remind myself that we are walking a legacy one day at a time. We're shaping destinies from the living room. I remember I met my husband. I told him there's one thing that I will do that will make you feel like I'm being disrespectful. But please don't say it like that. I respect you so much that I am being careful of what I will say because I cannot take it back. And the way my mind works, how imaginative I am, how creatively brilliant my mind is, I'll weave up things that my mom used to call it food for thought. Something you think about for a long time. I would hurt you. So instead of using my words to hurt people, I ask God to help me to use to build up and not tear down, to heal and not injure. Trust me, it's not like every time it's easy. I'm a work in progress there. I used to tell Jesus, take this way because if I drive this motor more, the accident, but no hospital go fear every person. And so I told him, if you ever are talking to me and I walk away, let me go. Not because I want to be disrespectful, but because I respect you so much that if I stay, and say something, two of us will go regret that. Me more, because I'd have dishonored you, not just you as a man, but you in your office as my husband, as priest, as king, and as covering, as prophet over me. So I do not want to abuse the grace that works for me, the covering of God upon me. So please, just let me go. When I calm down, we can talk. How about you make it statutory? How about you make plans ahead? For when I'm angry, I will do this. Don't wait till you are there. I could not just help myself. It is a choice. You are always faced with two choices. How about you add legacy consciousness to every choice you make? That baby is very hot to see a banging body. Will my son be inspired by whatever action I'm going to do with that person? Legacy. I'm sorry, oh, I'm running late. However, if you give me the next 30 minutes, I'll be able to double up because your child is listening and they're learning. Legacy. Mommy, can you take us to this place? I'm sorry, I cannot make a promise because I'm not sure I will keep it. And if I break it, it will affect your perception of me and my integrity or reputation with you. Legacy. So all the time you will tell your child, go wear your shoe, they come. Mm-mm. Then they come outside and they meet that you have gone. What are you teaching them? Legacy conscious choices. I think I'll leave you with three ways you can be more legacy conscious in your choices or what you should put in mind, right? Number one, think about how that makes you look as someone who's potentially going to be a mentor and a role model for your children in the not so distant future because they'll get to a point where they're parents too, right? You'll be grandpa then. Will you be able to stand and say, no, I did not do this. You didn't learn this from me. I rebuke it. Number two, think about it from your children's perspective too. It is easier for them to see you and walk through the journey knowing that you've left them tool sets, skill sets, and templates to live. If your child began to live like this right now, would you be proud? But you think about you as a caretaker. God has given you these children as to be custodians of, as a co-creator with God. This lifestyle you're leading, these choices that you're making, are they in congruence with the assignment, the vision God gave you for these children? Are they in congruence with the plan, long term and short term, that God has for your lineage? Think about the long-term consequences of your actions. We sing about Joseph, we talk about David, we sing about Ruth and Naomi. There are choices that they made that made their lives, and for some, that marred them. Think about how great David was, and look at how his son Solomon built up on the template he left. How many wives and how many concubines? The father was a man after God's heart, yet he not only took someone's wife, he had him killed to cover up that sin. Who are you killing? What are you killing right now to cover up a sin? He sees you, he catches you cheating, and you go gaslighting them, making them feel like they are stupid or they are morons. Meanwhile, the truth is glaring in front of them. If that was your daughter, if that was your son treated that way, how will you feel? Finally, Dickens, I end this by saying, we are not perfect people. We are not flawless people, but we have a Spirit of God in us. We have a Holy Spirit, the Paraclete, the teacher, the comforter, who's always with us, who was sent to help us make choices, right? To help us live like Christ lived. So every single day, justice should be made from the point of view of, okay, is this Christ-like? Because if we are called Christians, right? From it, like I would only say that because I am a Christian. If you are called Christians and you are called to be Christ-like, what you're doing right now is it portraying Christ? Is it representing Christ? Is it depicting the personality, the persona, the characteristics of Christ? Most importantly, the way you are living right now, is it inspiring others to accomplish great feats in their marriages, in their parents, in their family lives? If not, take this as a clarion call to sit down and think about it. Have you made choices that you're not proud of? Come clean, ask for forgiveness. I pray that the Lord will help you for reconciliation to be possible, because indeed, by strength shall no man prevail, right? Ask for forgiveness, whatever the choices are. Whether it's lying, it's cheating, stealing, whatever the choices you have made in the past. Two cannot live together unless they agree. A home divided against itself cannot stand. Let us stop living or making choices that we're not proud of, that we'll not be able to advise our children to make when they come for advice with us later in the future. I hope this has blessed you. I hope this has left you with a lot. I, the team and I, we appreciate you for always watching every episode to its end. Thank you so much for the gift of your presence. Thank you for paying attention. I just remembered something. Hmm. Let me leave you with this. With the whole mental obesity that is going on right now and attention fatigue, being on your phone a lot, being on your devices a lot, watching shows, binge watching and snacking is another legacy. It is another choice you're making that may not be legacy conscious, because the time you're using to fixate on other stuff, you're not using to pour into your children, and that has consequences too, right? Because it takes a lot of time and attention to nurture, to groom, to raise. So if you're not doing it, it means that someone else is doing it, and they may not be teaching the right things that would lead to the legacy wealth or generational wealth that you're thinking about creating. Okay, I'm glad I recalled that. I may have actually whipped myself up later if I recall after shooting. Thank you so much again for watching this to the end. I'll see you on the next one.